The Dallas Cowboys just made a surprise move during training camp, and it could have ripple effects on the depth chart. In a roster shakeup that's got fans buzzing, the team has officially signed cornerback Christian Matthew. So what does this mean for the Cowboys secondary? Why now? And who might be on the chopping block next? Let's break it all down. Welcome back to the channel, Cowboys Nation. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've got the latest Cowboys news, rumors, and updates coming to you fast, and today, we're diving into the signing of Christian Matthew and how it could impact the defense heading into the season. Now, let's start with the basics. Christian Matthew is a former Arizona Cardinals and Atlanta Falcons cornerback who came into the league as a 7th-round pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. He's known for his size, standing at 6'2" with solid length, and his physical playstyle and press coverage. While he hasn't had a breakout season yet, his raw traits and special teams ability have made him a depth piece that NFL teams keep their eye on. So why did the Cowboys make this move now, during camp? It's simple: depth, injuries, and evaluation. Training camp is all about testing the roster under real pressure. The Cowboys have had minor injury concerns in the secondary already, and the front office clearly wanted more competition in that CB4 or CB5 spot. Christian Matthew gives them a fresh set of legs, veteran awareness, and most importantly, the potential to challenge younger players who might have thought their spot was safe. Let's not forget, the Cowboys already have a strong cornerback trio: Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, and Jordan Lewis. But behind them, things get less clear. Eric Scott Jr. has been inconsistent, Nashon Wright is dealing with health issues, and the team just needs reliable insurance at that position. Matthew may not be a lock to make the final 53-man roster, but he brings experience that helps sharpen the overall group. And remember, special teams matter. If he can prove value there, he's got a real shot. Another layer here is what this move says about the team's overall defensive strategy. Dan Quinn, who built this aggressive and opportunistic defense, is now gone, and Mike Zimmer is calling the shots. Zimmer is known for demanding smart, disciplined corners who can tackle. Christian Matthew fits that mold more than some of the finesse guys currently battling in camp. So this could be a small sign of Zimmer starting to influence roster decisions. Also, it's worth noting that the Cowboys waived wide receiver tight end Billy Johnson to make space for this signing. So it wasn't just an addition, it was a choice. The front office decided that adding a corner was more valuable than holding onto depth at receiver, which speaks volumes about how they're thinking right now on both sides of the ball. Now, what should fans realistically expect from Matthew? Look, he's not walking in and taking over for Diggs or Bland. But if he performs well over the next couple of weeks, he could absolutely sneak into that final depth chart and carve out a role as a rotational piece or special teams contributor. Plus, injuries are part of the NFL. The more options you have who know the system and can step in quickly, the better. This is a low-risk, high-upside move that shows the Cowboys are staying active, smart, and aggressive as they prepare for the season. So to wrap it all up, the Christian Matthew signing might not grab national headlines, but it's exactly the kind of under-the-radar move that could pay off later in the year. He's got the tools, he's got something to prove, and now he's got a chance. The Cowboys are keeping their options open and making sure this defense is deep, experienced, and battle-tested. And as training camp rolls on, this move could be the first of many. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys continue to churn the bottom of the roster, especially in areas like the secondary, linebacker depth, and offensive line. These spots are crucial not just for starters, but for special teams and injury backups. Every decision now shapes the team we'll see on Sundays, and every signing, even one like Christian Matthew, adds another layer of strategy to the roster puzzle. Let's also talk about what this means for competition within the camp. With Matthew added to the room, guys like Eric Scott Jr., Miles Brooks, and even rookies brought in on futures contracts now have added pressure to perform. One bad day could shift their place in the pecking order. And remember, it's not just about who plays best in practice. It's about who shows up in those preseason games. Matthew, having some NFL snaps under his belt, may have a leg up in live-action scenarios. Another interesting angle is the timing. We're in that crucial early to middle phase of training camp where coaching staffs start to get serious about evaluating real potential. It's not just about drills now, it's about how players respond to contact, how they handle scheme install, and how fast they pick up adjustments. For a veteran like Matthew, this is his chance to show he's mentally ahead of the curve, which is often the edge that separates a camp body from a roster lock. Now, let's talk fan expectations. Some fans might be underwhelmed by a signing like this. It's not a blockbuster, it's not a former Pro Bowler, and it won't dominate headlines. But savvy fans know that championship teams aren't just built on stars. They're built on depth, toughness, and smart personnel moves. Signing Christian Matthew shows that Dallas isn't sleeping at the wheel. They're evaluating every position, every day, and they're not afraid to make changes if they think it will make the team stronger. If you're wondering whether this is a one-off or a sign of more moves to come, you're asking the right question. The Cowboys still have a few areas where depth could be improved, especially if injuries pop up. Keep an eye on the offensive line and tight end positions in particular. And if another veteran corner shakes loose in the league, don't rule out Dallas making another move. The front office has proven they'll be opportunistic if they see value. Before you go, drop a comment below. Do you think Christian Matthew will make the final 53-man roster? And what do you want to see next from the Cowboys in camp? If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. This is just the beginning of camp, and the drama is only heating up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.